So, it seems that another game franchise has jumped on board with the microtransaction system, this game being Killing Floor 2. I'll be honest, I'm actually quite shocked with this one, especially with all the backlash Overkill's been getting recently with the pay-to-win system they've introduced. It's a bit of a weird move for Tripwire to take the same steps, but they've actually done it in a better way. If we go to here, the first thing you see, the best part is, they are completely optional and cosmetic only. I think the reason they've said this is because they know about what Overkill have done and they don't want to follow the same steps. Now, the problem here being that a lot of the community is going to be quite obsessed at the moment purely because of the, well, Payday 2 skin fiasco going on at the moment. People are not going to be very happy about this. However, from someone like myself who is very disappointed with Overkill, I don't mind this as much. I mean, yes, microtransactions in all games are a bit of a pain. I will admit that even with TF2 or Counter-Strike or Call of Duty, for example, having microtransactions in a game which you buy in the first place is still a bit weird. I mean, TF2 did go free to play, but you still got Counter-Strike and skins on there go for quite a bit of money. Now, if we scroll down, you can see how this is going to work. You've got 2 series of crates so far, which give out cosmetics, which are, from the looks of it, just hats and little accessories for it, which is kind of like TF2. And then you also get these USB sticks and USB storage devices which contain encrypted skins. You can decrypt the skins, I'm guessing, for the same price as the normal key, and you will get these skins. Now, I'll admit, just like with Payday 2, they've made pretty nice skins and they do look pretty cool. The thing I have at the moment, which is an issue, is just the timing. Plus the game is still in early access. Now if we scroll down here, you can also see they've introduced the golden weapons and also golden cosmetics, just like in Killing Floor 1 with the DLCs. With Killing Floor 1, however, with weapon packs and skin packs, you had to buy them all in like a bundle. With these, you actually get them via drops in game. Some skins as well will actually drop out of the blue. So it's kind of like Team Fortress 2 with its contract where you finish the contract and you get a basic skin, and also Counter-Strike where you get a basic skin for your weapon just to have a drop. Now if we go on to the FAQ page, I think this is the most important thing to cover. It will basically explain a little bit more detail about what's going to change. Does this mean free updates are over? Are you going to stop releasing free content? No. Now the thing they've mentioned here is they plan to update Killing Floor 2 for years, just like they did with Killing Floor 1, which is true. Killing Floor 1 never had any map packs, it did have a couple of weapon packs but no maps. That's the thing I like with Tripwire, they've never released a map within the game you have to pay for because purely it wouldn't work. They've also mentioned here they're going to be adding new perks, so that might mean that we'll get some new perks coming in down the line, or maybe some perk level increases to maybe 50, or maybe we'll be able to reset it with bonuses, kind of like Infamy. Now, this is something that just caught my attention. They've mentioned new Zeds and other content they're coming up with, so that means we might be getting some new enemies introduced into the game later on down the line. It just depends what they are, really. Hopefully it isn't too long and that much of a disappointment compared to Captain Winters. The money made on these items will go towards creating new free content, events, and whatever else we can dream up for you. So, from what they're saying so far, it seems to be that this is a way to fund the company so they can actually keep making content, so maybe the more money the better quality, I don't know. This is again another big question, do weapon skins adjust stats of the weapons? No, they're purely cosmetic. I think the reason they've said this is because of the Payday 2 crap which has been happening recently with the pay to win skins. Some people don't agree with it, some people do, some people like it, some people don't. It's better to play it safe and just go with no skin stats. It's safer for the community, also it doesn't mess with the co-op. Because if you had, for example, someone with a weapon which did more stats, it might be something little, but it does throw off other players. Now this is the one I'm curious about, why are you selling content in early access? We view the trading floor as a little feature that needs iteration just like the rest of the features in the game. Early access is the perfect place to iterate on the trading floor feature with the community. Now this is kind of yes and no to your statement, Tripwire. So yes, I can understand we do need it in early on in the game because yeah, we can give feedback to it, but at the same time, it's not because you can make money from this. I don't know how it's going to work, because this is all I've seen, this website. I don't know anything more. Am I forced to participate in the training floor Zed-Conomy? No. You can just flat out say no to it. You can ignore them. You will get stuff in drops, but you don't have to be part of it. Will Killing Floor 2 become free to play? They're saying here they won't, but it depends how successful the skins are, because there will be a point where they'll be able to make enough money to stand alone on skins alone, or cosmetics, just like Team Fortress 2 did. Team Fortress 2 originally was a paid for game, but now it's a free to play, which makes still a ton of money. What's the item rarity breakdown? Cosmetic items and weapon skins come in 6 grades of rarity: common, uncommon, rare, exceptional, mastercrafted, and precious. Weapon skins are further modified by their wear condition: mint, field tested, and battle scarred, which, as we saw earlier, there's 3 different versions, but they all look pretty nice. Cosmetic items and weapon skins will drop for free in the first 5 grades of rarity. Oh, that's good. The 6th grade is only available to... okay, so from what you can see here, there's 6 types. The number 6 being the most rare because you can only get them through the encryption. This is actually a good thing, because if you can get most of the stuff for free anyway, then it's not as bad. It's still there as a system and people don't like microtransactions, but if you still wanted the skins, you could just play the game normally and then you just randomly get one in a drop. I'm okay with that personally. I would rather have that kind of system there, unlike with Payday, where they decided to go with releasing the 2 safes immediately with no way to get them for free, and when they did, the drop rate wasn't impressive and it took way too much grinding to get one. I think I got like 2 drills before I stopped playing the game. Will all items in the Zed-Conomy drop for free? No, as you can see earlier, they've already explained this. From opening crates and encrypted weapons, skins, UFBs. Also, some items will only drop for free and not be inside any crate, kind of like how TF2 and Counter-Strike do with weapon skins. Finally, some items will be available from the in-game store that will not drop for free or be in a crate. So that could be an issue. However, it depends on what kind of stuff is on the store compared to what's in the crates. The problem here being that if you have everything wrapped up in a crate, which is amazing, and all the shit stuff in the store, what do you think they're going to go for more? They'll go for the stuff from the crates, and you're going to have to spend more and more money on the crates to get the better items, which could be an issue. It also depends on how much the stuff in the store is going to cost, because this is something, again, with TF2, which is, in my opinion, a bit weird. So let's say you want to get a weapon which is already in the game, which you can get from a drop, which is a random chance drop. You can buy it in the store on its own or in a bundle for quite a bit, and it's like a couple of quid. That's wrong. I honestly think that's wrong, because they're so common when they get in drops. What's the point of having them? Yeah, some people are going to buy it in the store, and if you do, you pretty much just wasted your money. You just got the weapon earlier. I know some people who have bought bundles of weapons just to get them immediately. That's not right. That really isn't right. I know with Killing Floor you can't really do this as much besides with the cosmetic bundles, but it's still something that shouldn't be a thing. If it's there in a drop and there for a ridiculous price up front, you shouldn't buy it. I mean, yeah, if you don't really play the game that much, you shouldn't really be buying this kind of stuff anyway, because this is more for the players who play it often, like myself. But now I'm just getting sidetracked. Okay, are there any consumable items that temporarily boost a stat or perk experience game? No. Thank goodness. I don't want to see that happen, Tripwire. I hope you're listening, because if that happened, that would be a problem. Will I have to spend money to remain competitive? No. It's a co-op game, so I don't really understand how this will work. They also mention here that if any player on a server has a weapon like the Chivalry crossover weapon, which I can't pronounce for the life of me, every player will be able to buy it in the server because someone owns that pack. This is something Overkill used to do with Heist. They still do it, but doing it with weapons as well would be amazing on their behalf. But with Killing Floor, that's the only thing they can kind of make which is available for everyone, which is brilliant. I like that idea. I hope they don't take advantage of this and make so many weapon packs, but if it's a crossover pack, I'm alright with that, because with Chivalry, a few people I know don't own Chivalry, but they love that weapon. you kind of do give an incentive for them to buy the game, but it also introduces them to a franchise they might not have known of, and they actually enjoy it. Let's look at Payday 2 and Jacket, for example. With Jacket, you had to get Hotline Miami 2. I had never really been a big fan of Hotline Miami. I did like the first one, but when they introduced that, I did buy the second one purely for Jacket, and then I did end up doing a Let's Play of the game and really enjoying it. This is what I mean. It's like, you can make it work, but you've got to be careful how you do it. With microtransactions and DLC, you should never have the two together in a game. I think Overkill have learned from this, hopefully. If they haven't, well, what do you do? This is not Payday. Is modding dead? No. We always have and always will be fully supporting modding. We are also providing a mod-based workshop for players to easily upload and subscribe. That's going to be interesting. So, I presume with that one it's mainly going to be focused on maps, but it wouldn't be bad if they focus this on skins as well. I like the idea of having skins which you can get from drops, which people can see, but it's also nice to have skins which are already in the game, which is actually something worth mentioning. This skin here is very similar to a mod I have on my game already. I'll probably show a bit of a clip in-game in a second to show you what I mean, but you can kind of get the gist of it. If I can still have the skins downloaded like that, I will be fine with it. So it says here what kind of mods are not permitted. Pretty much any type of mod is permitted, so that's good. Just don't use another company's copyrighted materials or intellectual property, as it will be forced to be removed. Mods can range from weapon skins, new weapons, game modes, maps, Zeds, total conversions, pretty much anything you can think of. Try and basically check the Killing Floor 2 EULA. So this is something in Killing Floor 1 which was a thing as well. There was a couple of mods which changed the game completely. There was one which was about aliens. I guess in a way you can't do it with Killing Floor 2. But it's still a nice thing to know that even if there are skins, you can still use mods if you wanted to. If you don't want to pay money for skins, you can just go, oh look, there's a weapon skin I like, I'm just gonna install this, and then go, hallelujah, look at me, you can't see this, it shouldn't change the game anyway, even if you can see my gun, because I'm still a fucking badass when I'm killing Zeds. Right, finally, will I be able to trade items? Yes, some items will be tradable on the Steam community, so that means not all of them will be. This is, it depends what items they are really, because it's a tough one to really explain. Because there's going to be certain items, I assume, which can only be achieved through certain things, like an achievement item. Like in TF2, for example, you can't trade those on, which is fair enough. But at the same time, I don't want an economy to come out of this, which I know is called Zed-Conomy, but you know what I mean. Let's look at TF2, for example, or Counter-Strike, or even Payday. So you've got weapons in there which are rare, and I mean rare, and they fucking go for tons of money. This is where I don't like microtransactions in games. Yes, I know I want an unusual hat in TF2. I want an Australian black box for myself. I bought one for someone as payment. It's expensive. I did it because he deserved it. But secondly, certain things in games shouldn't cost too much. I know it's a way to support the developers, I really do get that, but there's got to be a line somewhere. Now, I'm a little bit rambling at this point because I'm running out of stuff to say, but I will say this, the Zed-Conomy update is going to be interesting at least. I will probably do a couple more videos covering it in the future because we need to know a bit more about it. But I've already tweeted to Tripwire about this. You've got to be careful with this, especially with the backlash Overkill have just received. You're probably going to get a bit of stick. You're always going to get stick when it comes to microtransactions, let's be fair. But so far, I'm not against it, but I'm not for it. I will have a look into it, like I always do, because I'm a bit of a nosy Parker in ways. But if it's really bad, then I'm probably going to be one of those people who end up not playing the game, and I really don't want to do that, Tripwire. I mean, I've just stopped playing Payday after 2 years of playing the game, which I love to bits. You're now my #1 thing at the moment. Please don't fuck it up. Okay, I will see you guys next time, where we will probably be doing the voice for the heisters next week. We've got a week left for this. And until then, I've been Sir Crackerbob, and thanks for watching.